Hey, all my fantasy football friends out there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Multiple First Dynasty Football channel here on YouTube. This is Stoshx coming at you with our Week 8 installment of the show here. This week, we got a special episode for you. We're only doing buys and sells. We're going to keep it short and sweet. We had some little scheduling conflicts, some technical difficulties, and we weren't able to put together our whole recap for you this week, unfortunately. But we'll be bringing it back in Week 9. You know we're going to have it up on Saturday for you, Friday night. But we got some time here, Greg and I. We wanted to make sure we keep hitting our buys and sells. We really like doing that every week. So we're buying high, we're selling low. Who you got right now, man? Who you buying? Who you selling?
Man, I am buying high this week on tight end Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz of the Houston Texans was the tight end 24 in the preseason. He's up to the tight end 18 now. He was actually the tight end 17 last week, but he was on bye, so he got worse, of course. But look, man, C.J. Stroud appears to be good. C.J. Stroud has been throwing to his tight ends. Not only Schultz, but some other tight ends have gotten end zone targets, right? This is a guy who's the tight end 12 in PPR so far this year. He has a tight end 3 seasonal finish 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And he's only 27 years old. So, I think there's every reason to believe that he will be a back-end tight end 1 for the rest of this season and next season. And if you can get that for tight end 18 prices in your tight end premium, I think this is the kind of tight end 2 who you flex. And then you start him in your bye weeks or when your starter has injuries. But you start him as a flex even when Hockenson's there, right?
Yeah.
So to me, that's the guy.
The volume dictates that you could still start him as a flex inside end premium. So I love that. I'm all about C.J. Stroud and the whole rising tide thing. My only concern is Tank Dell coming back from his injury. That might eat into a little bit of the work for Schultz. But I love him as a buy right now. Definitely value.
It has the potential to be an issue, but I feel reasonably good about throwing that dart. I mean, Stroud's been a high volume, high production player, and Robert Woods is out.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, if there's three players getting decent targets, Schultz should be one of them. So that's my take.
And we're seeing some floor too, with at least the 3-4 targets a game. It's with blow up. That's pretty much all you can hope for out of a non-Kelsey Andrews tight end is decent floor with some blow up opportunity, and that's what you have
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely. So what about you? Who are you buying high on?
I'm buying a guy who just recently had a big game already in the books for Week 8. That's a Gabe Davis, the wide receiver 2 for the Buffalo Bills. Davis is currently the wide receiver 43 on Keep Trade Cut, and that's up from wide receiver 47 a couple weeks ago. Davis had a monster game last night, and with that extra game, he's currently the wide receiver 18 in PPR formats. I mean, you know what you're getting with him for the most part. You're going to see boom and bust. You're going to see some of these 3-target games, but even then, he's still got touchdown upside. He's an every week start for me. I have a lot of shares. I start all of my shares almost every single week. So the big thing I want to call attention to here, though, is his playoff schedule for fantasy football: Week 17 at Chargers, Week 17 at home against New England. So that's awesome. You could definitely see a 20, 30-point game, a multi-touchdown game in either of those weeks for Davis that could secure you a championship or the spot in it. Davis is worth somewhere in between a late first and early second round rookie pick, depending on who you talk to. I would not send my one for Davis alone. I'd be looking to get a piece with Davis, some sort of low dart throw. I don't know, a Justice Hill or something like that. Maybe not that low, but another viable thing with Davis, send my one across. I'd feel very good about that.
Sure. No, that makes maybe you send a 1 and a 3 for Davis and a 2.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, you get a little swap up that helps you out, and you pick up Gabe. That's not bad.
Very good.
Yeah, who are you selling today, sir?
I am selling Bears rookie running back Roschon Johnson. He is currently the running back 29 on Keep Trade Cut. This is down from the running back 23. He peaked at running back 23 a couple of weeks ago when Khalil Herbert went down. But he is up from the running back 39 in the preseason. And I have to tell you, I don't think I've seen anything on the field that makes me feel like this is an elite asset. This is a day three. This is a day three running back. How many times, Michael Carter, Damian Pierce? How many times do we have to do this thing where the day three running back isn't a long term asset, guys? Tyler Algier, right? Like the day three running back is not a long term asset. He's missed his opportunity now to take over with Khalil Herbert out. Khalil Herbert should be back potentially as soon as next week, I believe. But the week after, I think likely. Deontay Foreman has gotten his nose under the edge of the tent, right? With a good game. And it's a Tyson Bagent offense for the foreseeable future. So I think there are a lot of reasons to be down on Roschon for this year, and this is not a long-term asset. It's a day three pick. So that to me, get out of him. There's no reason he's not still the running back 39.
Yeah, Roschon had a big following entering the season. He was a high second-round pick in a lot of rookie drafts that I did. And then he caught all those passes in week one. People probably still have some fire for Roschon, and I think you could exit him for around what you paid and not really miss a beat and get a lot more upside. I don't know if I'm personally selling Roschon just yet. I do kind of interested to see what happens this week with him, but it'll be pretty telling. And then the sell window might slam shut even if Foreman just plays above him.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, or if even we get word that Herbert's on the way back real soon, right? That's another thing.
I'm selling rookie running back also. I am selling Mr. Kendre Miller, the round 4 pick, round 3 pick, right?
It was a round 3 pick.
Yeah, there you go. Round 3 pick, Kendre Miller, the rookie running back for the New Orleans Saints. So Kendre is the running back 35 right now on Keep Trade Cut. RB 35. That's down from running back 29 entering the season. So he's been slipping, and for good reason. He has not been very productive, but he was a second-round rookie pick in fantasy drafts. I think a lot of managers who were in on him entering the season would probably still be willing to give that up for him. He's had a nagging knee injury that you could attribute most of this lack of production to. I think the reality here, though, is the Saints are not as enamored with him as they may have been when they drafted him. Jamal Williams is playing over him. Kamara is seeing a lion's share workload that suggests that maybe they're not comfortable putting Miller on the field to help ease that. I think you can sell Miller for that second, like I mentioned before, and not be missing anything for a good reason being that the Saints are going to keep adding running backs moving forward in the draft. I'm not sitting on Miller. I want to re-roll that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel very similarly about Miller and about Roschon. I think you may disagree on Roschon, but I think these are two guys who, if they were better, we'd have already seen them playing a lot, right? Like if they were better, there have already been opportunities for them to earn a bunch of playing time.
That's exactly what we're trying to say here with Miller. If he was better, if he was what we wanted, if he was what he was drafted to be, he would have done more by now. He just hasn't. So
remember when who's running back 3? It was Roschon, Miller, Charbonnet, or Achane. We know how that turned out. That turned out to be very clear.
I liked Achane right up to the end, then I started pivoting into Charbonnet.
There you go.
Didn't work out.
I mean, honestly, and Achane couldn't stay healthy already, and so he could end up being none of them. All right, so before we go, I got a very quick exercise for you. Rank these wide receivers.
Ooh, rank them. What you got?
Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, DJ Chark, Mingo, Juwan Jennings, Tyler Boyd.
So many.
6 of them. The 2 Cowboys guys, the 2 Panthers guys, Juwan Jennings, Tyler Boyd.
Boyd's number 1.
Okay.
And then give me, I don't know. I feel like there's a gap there even between that after that. Probably next would be, I'm not sure how to think about it for a second. Sorry, what are you doing?
Cook. I
Boyd,
like
Cooks, Gallup. The 2 Panthers guys will be last, and then I don't even remember who your 6th person was, but he's above the Panthers guys. Yo, you still there, sir? All right, we might have lost Greg. There you go.
I have Cooks, Jennings, Boyd here.
Jennings. Okay.
I have Cooks, Jennings, Boyd here. I think Jawan Jennings is a really good play this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should look into that. Okay. All right, so now one more. The two Houston running backs, the two Minnesota running backs, Josh Kelly, Tyler Algier.
Josh Kelly, Tyler Algier. Okay. I would do. I like Alexander Madison the most out of all of them, and then I would do Singletary next. Akers, Pierce, Kelly, and then Algier. Maybe Algier over Kelly. I don't know. Maybe, but that's probably Algier last. Yeah, I don't know. It's close there.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay, yeah, I think this is where you and I maybe disagree a little bit. I think I have Cam Akers number one, and then Devin Singletary, and then I think Alexander Madison, Damian Pierce, and then I think we agree it's Algier at the bottom, Algier and Kelly at the bottom. Let's talk very briefly before we let this go about Akers and Madison. Tell me why you still believe in Madison after the usage we saw last week.
Well, I don't think we saw a big shift into Akers' favor. They were 50-50. I like Madison until I'm shown that I shouldn't. So that could be the end of this week. But it's the same case I made a month ago, where you just got to ride until you're wrong with him, because there's no going back. If you want to call your shot that he just gets buried this week, I'm perfectly fine with that. But it's proven that Madison should be the guy as the last 3-4 weeks.
Okay. I mean, Akers out carried him and had all the fourth quarter carries in a close game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it happened within that game. But
that's kind of what I saw. Is like by the second half, Akers was in on the key drives, and then he ended up with more. Madison had more snaps, but Akers outsnapped him in the fourth quarter and had more touches in the game and more yards. So anyway, I think that's a situation to keep an eye on, guys, for your 10 to 12 team start leagues. All right, Tony, it's been a good one.
Well, thank you so much for joining me here for our little brief one. Sorry we don't have the breakdowns for you, but a little bit of start sit help might help you out there. We'll be back week 9 with more buys, more sells, and a whole week 9 breakdown. Good luck, and just win some games on Sunday, baby. Get after it. Later.